All right, welcome back, guys. I know it's been a minute. I haven't been uploading any videos recently because it's been a busy week or a few days for me. So now we're back. We're back on the regular schedule, or at least I hope, right? So I'm gonna go back to one video a week, or sometimes more. Sometimes I do more. But yeah, this one came in. What's today? Sunday, I think Wednesday or Thursday. So, and unfortunately, I only have one Lamborghini to open and review today. 'Cause I usually do two. I usually have a theme like two Lamborghinis, two Porsches, two Liberty Walk models and such. So, but today we're gonna be focusing on this one, and I don't mind it because this is a special car for me, and I think to a lot of people this is a special car because it's so iconic, right? The metallic purple and SE30. If you're a car fan, you know how important and how iconic this car is. And I'm so happy when TLVN first announced this. I saw some photos and I was 50-50, because I was seeing like some inaccuracy compared to the real thing, of course. Of course, based on only on photos, right? But now I have it in hand. We'll see if those QC, well, not QC, but inaccuracy carries over to the production model. Let's go ahead and take a look now. So here's your typical TLVN or Tomica Limited Vintage Neo square box. They also come in like different size of boxes too. Like the regular version, it comes with like rectangle one, sometimes a taller rectangle. It's kind of, I don't know how they decide which car to put in the square box, but in my experience, it seems like the iconic cars like the F40s, the Miura, the Countach, they all have this square box treatment. And I think that's how they choose. Maybe if you're considered iconic, if the model is considered iconic, they put it in the square box. The GTRs are in the square box too. So, but yeah, I like I said, that's just my theory. But in my experience, that's how I see it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this box. Of course, you got the photo of the model here, and then Lamborghini Diablo SE30, Tomytec down here, Tomica Limited Vintage Neo down here, and on the back you'll see the Tomytec license and then the Lamborghini license here. That very nice hologram too. Let's go ahead and open this. Of course, it comes with this insert. I think just more facts about the car, So I can't read Japanese, so if you want to read this, go ahead and pause the video right now. And here's the model. It comes, of course, your typical TLVN box. It comes with this black plastic insert with this translucent cover. And it comes with this paper too. Well, it's not. Is it paper? Yeah, it's like a thin layer of paper, but not your typical paper, right? I don't know what you would call this, but yeah, this thing right here. But anyways, here is the model, and I hear that jingle already, which is not a good sign. I guess let's take a look at the side profile first, and I think they nailed it. Okay, let me get more light here. Here we go. Oh, that color pops, and if you can see I guess we can discuss the paint first. Oh, this one is already shaky and jiggles. I don't like that. Same thing with my F40. Yeah, but we'll talk about this in a bit. But paint compared to the real thing. I think they nailed it. I really do. And check out that metallic paint. It looks really good as well. Look how tiny the metal flakes are. That's how I want to see my metallic paint on a 64 scale. I think they got the silhouette right. I'll try to post. Is it too high? It might be too high. Maybe a little bit too high. Hold on. I mean, this stance is okay. It's not perfect. Here, I'll show you these side-by-side profile. This is a side profile of the real thing on the left, and then of course our TLVN models on the right. I mean, it's not too bad, right? You tell me. The stance is fine. But again, it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect. So I just, accepted that, when I started collecting 64 scale. None of these models will be perfect. So talk about the tires now. The tires, I think they look good. Tire threads, I think they look good too. Staggered setup, thinner wheels, and then wider wheels in the back. Of course, the regular size wheels in the front. Does it have a working suspension? I mean, a little bit. It doesn't travel that much like my other TLVN models, but it does travel a little bit, and I think it's just kissing on that wheel arch there in the back, and then in front there's no give whatsoever. I don't know what's going on. I don't think the suspension is working at all, which is unfortunate. I thought all TLVN has a working suspension, but I guess this is not one of them. That's crazy. Okay, well, if you have one of these, let me know down in the comments if your suspension travels like other TLVNs, because this one does not. See, I'm pushing this really hard. Maybe a little bit, but I just don't feel that spring. You know what I mean? Once you've held like a TLVN in the past, you know exactly what I mean. There's like a springy feeling there when you push down the tire, but I don't feel it here at all. So that's not a good look. Now, going back, well, actually, let me finish off with the wheels, because they are missing something here, because there should be a Lamborghini Bull logo or badge there in the middle, and it looks like TLVN failed to add that. In fact, I'm gonna put like a side-by-side photo here on the left. Oops, sorry, my camera's not focusing again. I'm gonna put a photo here so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, but the wheel itself, I think it looks fine. It's just unfortunate that they did not add that Lamborghini logo or that badge in the middle. But other than that, the front wheel looks good, and the brake details, the brake disc looks good, and they're slotted. That is actually cool. Now the back, same thing. I think the deep dish is nice. I like the wheels as well. I think they nailed the spokes. I like it too, but they're just missing the bull or the Lamborghini badge in the middle. This door opens, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna use my handy tool in a bit. We're gonna check out the interior, and I based on the photo that I've seen, the interior looks good. I hope it's kind of like I hope they use like some sort of fake Alcantara, material inside. That would be cool. But we'll check it out in a bit. But the panel gap, what do I think about the panel gap? I think it's still pretty big. It could be cleaner, but it's so hard. Not a lot of 64 scale brand can actually nail the panel gaps. For some reason, they cannot make it cleaner. I mean, I know it's hard. It's a smaller scale, right? But I think we're gonna get there, because I've seen other brands like Motor Helix does it. I mean, not on the doors, obviously, because I can see it being harder on doors, because you have to use hinges, right? You can't use magnets, right? So I can see it being harder on doors, but on the engine hatch or the bonnet, I can see them using magnets, so they can make the panel gaps smaller. But for doors, I still haven't seen any clean ones so far, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get there. Someone will figure that out, how to make those panel gaps cleaner for opening doors. But for now, I'm gonna give them a pass. I mean, it's not too bad, right? Well, maybe it is. Someone on Discord's gonna call me out on that and tell me I'm biased. But this part, honestly, this part right here is a bit big, but this side right here, I think it looks cleaner, right? Yeah, that's my opinion. So let's see, side mirrors, hard plastic, right? And it does have a reflective stickers on both sides. Both side mirrors have them, or has the reflective sticker. It's actually not that reflective. It's just a painted silver. I apologize for that. So it's not super reflective like AR Box, right? Or other brands like Motor Helix, where they actually use like reflective stickers. But this one, they just painted it silver. I don't mind it. You know, it's not a deal breaker. And then, of course, they have this air vent here. That's your, you know, on both sides. That's kind of like your signature air intake by the Diablo, right? SE30. I kind of like how that looks in real life. It's kind of like a fighter jet, right? It looks kind of cool. Now, while we're at it, let's go ahead and take a look at the front end here. Let me just move this away because my camera won't focus. So does the pop-up headlight work? No, it does not. So it just stays closed. So there's no switch down here that would open the pop-up headlights, unfortunately. So I don't really mind it. You know, it would have been nice because I've seen like Micro Turbo does that on their Diablo SV. It's a cool feature, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I don't mind it, you know. But for the price, I wish they did, honestly. But yeah, front end. Let's take a look at the front end. Let's see. The turn signals, this is not accurate at all. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna give them a ding on this because it should be, you know, the turn signal is not half. It's like 80% amber, I would say, 80% amber, and then maybe 20% like clear. And then same goes on this side. And in fact, I'll show you a photo right here. So you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So you see the 80% amber, 20% clear on the turn signal. Yep, that's it. Now these two, I'm glad that they included, I think these are the fog lights, right? And I'm glad that they included it, but I wish they use acrylic. The front grille, I actually like it. I think it's clean how they did it compared to the photo right here again on the left. I think it's clean. So I'll give him props on that. Now the Lamborghini badge here is not a separate piece. It's painted. I don't mind it. You don't see any Lamborghini lettering on the badge itself because, you know, it's going to be super tiny anyway. So that's why I kind of like how they did that. They just focus on the bowl. So, you know, it's a Lamborghini badge, right? So I like that. The windshield wiper, it's embedded on the windshield. Again, I don't mind it. I think it looks cool and detailed. On the roof, it looks super clean as well. And I like this vents here on the back part, which we're gonna discuss in a bit. But yeah, this is the top view. It looks really, really cool. Now the wing, I think they nailed the wing as well. So yeah, it curves down here on both sides, right? Like the real thing. So I think they nailed that. I don't see any issues with the wing, honestly. So I think it's almost perfect. And of course there is, oh yeah, there's a badge here on the right hand side as well. I think it just says SE30 or something. So yeah, now let's take a look actually no, let's go on the rear first. So the back is actually accurate. So wait, no, actually no. So the lights here, so it's amber or orange and red, right? And then red and orange. So those 4 acrylic taillights, so those 4 are accurate, the acrylic part, right? However, the housing, I think they're missing the housing here because the housing, I think they just forgot to do it, honestly. Because the housing should be red and should be acrylic, like this red taillight. It's the same material, but they didn't include it here in the model. Again, maybe this is just a one-off, but I've seen photos. In fact, let me show you the photo right here on the left. Right? So do you know what I mean? There is a red housing around those 2 taillights, right? and they did not include that here, unfortunately. But the good thing here is that they have the 30th anniversary badge here on the left and the bull, the Lamborghini bull badge here on the right. So they nailed that. And there should be some sort of it's kind of hard to see, but I think it does say, does it say Lamborghini? Yeah, it does say Lamborghini. So they didn't forget that. Let's see. It's very tiny. Hopefully you guys can see it, but there's a Lamborghini there in gray. So they didn't forget that part. That's cool. The exhaust could be better. I've seen better. I'm sorry, TLVN. You gotta step it up because this looks very toyish to me. For at this price point, I just my expectations just super high, right? So yeah, this is not acceptable. I'm sorry. This has to be metal. This has to be more realistic. This is toyish. Leave this to the Tomica Premium, please, please. So the undercarriage, before we go to the interior. Undercarriage is fine. I don't mind it. It's just flat. Some details, some lines, right? I don't mind it. Roll test. Quick roll test. Of course, it's going to roll beautifully. Love that part, right? So that part is good. Now, let's take a look at the engine. So it's already jiggling, right? You guys hear that? No, I'm done with that. I want magnets. So I don't even have to use my tool. You just have to put your finger or like your nail there and it'll pop up. I guess that part is easy, right? So, and it has some hinges on both sides. So you can prop it up like this. And there's your, what's this, V12, right? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the details, the engine details looks fine to me. I mean, there's, in real life, I'll try to put like a side-by-side photo here. And, I was going to say, like in real life, it's nothing too complicated. That's why I love this car. And a big part of that is the engine bay, because I like how clean, like everything looks, and clean and organized too in real life. So, and one of the cleanest engine bay, I think, or at least in my opinion. So, and I think, TLVN captured that here, So no complaints there. It's nice that we can see the engine part of it, but I don't like this part. Come on, TLVN. My gosh. Use magnets or something. Get rid of that jiggle. I'm not asking for a lot. Come on. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Now, I don't know if I can open the doors just using my long nail here. I think I can. Yeah. So it's not super tight anyways. Look at that. Scissor doors. Let's go. And I was going to get the anniversary edition, but like, man, at that time when I saw it, when they first released it, I'm like, man, that's too steep. Like $50 something plus shipping. So I settled with, the Mini GT version, which I still really, really love. For the price point, like $11-12, I think it's great. Now, the interior, let's see what material. Yeah, they just use plastic, no felt material or no, fake Alcantara, right? But at least they painted it, because this blue interior is super iconic to me. And it's weird because typically I would say metallic purple and like light blue, that doesn't make sense, and that's it. At least it doesn't sound right to me, when they use that color combo in the car. But then it just works here on this car, right? I think this is the only car that can pull it off. This color combo. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. Let's see the dash. Not a lot of details on the dash. I don't see any, gauge cluster like in front. But at least the steering wheel is two-tone, blue and black. So they got that right. And the fact that you can, display it like this while, the scissor doors are up, I think it's cool. So props to them for allowing us to display it this way. And it just, because some brands, some models, when you put some doors up or like, engine covers, bonnet up, it just slowly goes down, right? Like a soft close. But yeah, this one you can display it like this. I think it's really cool. And okay, scissor doors on 64 scale, man, I think it's great. So, and it kind of sits flush too on the top. So the panel gap here on top is super clean. Right here on this side, like I said, clean, but not on this side. Not the cleanest, but you know, I'll accept it for now. So, conclusion time. What do I think about this? Can I recommend it? Yes. Only because this is the only brand that, you know, as of, you know, today, as of this video, this is the only brand that makes the SE30. It also has the Lamborghini license, so I know that's a big deal to a lot of people. So this is your only option. I don't love the price. I think this one on Ami is like, I could be wrong, but I'll correct myself. But I want to say $50 plus shipping. But you'll see the correction here because I'm gonna double check you know, my receipt after this video, and then I'm flash it here on the left. So that's how much I paid plus shipping. You know, like I said, Ami used to be my go-to, but not anymore unless I have to. Yeah, and that's it for me. And I hope you enjoyed that video. And there should be more coming. I have the HKM Ferrari 499 just now. I bought 3 of them because I want all the winners, you know, the trifecta. So that's gonna look good in my Le Mans display. And what else did I get? Oh, the AR box Porsche 901. I'm gonna get that, and then I'm gonna open that along with my Zinzit Singer 911. So I think, because like I said, I like when there's a theme on my videos. So, but yeah, this is it for me. Oh man, this is quite a legendary car, and I'm so happy that I have it in 64 scale now. So yeah, that's it, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.